What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hope y'all are having another blessed day under God's green earth. Hopefully, the week's been treating you fairly well, and you're not getting shot to initially start the game like I am. Alrighty then. That's a good way to start. Watch this. Let's see if I can get him. Probably not. Where the hell is he? There he is. Crazy, I forget how loud it is with headphones. But yeah, hopefully you're having a blessed week. Hopefully you're having a peaceful week. Hopefully you're living a life you're proud to be living. I mean, that's one thing that everybody fails to realize is that we only have one life while we're here, and we only get one chance to live it. And it seems like 99% of people are just sitting here settling. That damn pace or that damn was the word timing. Ah! But yeah, no, hopefully y'all are living your life. Hopefully it's going good. Hopefully you are at peace. You have a sound heart and a sound mind. Because only you can make the necessary changes in order to get it. And it seems like a lot of people nowadays are just content with the bare minimum. Oh, shit. Wow, as I'm doing 7, ain't that crazy? I'm trying to get double kills with this gun so I can finish the gold camo for it, but obviously it's not going to. I mean, you think double kill's not that bad? Damn. It's a good shot. But, let's suck to how to die to get it. Oh, I don't like that guy. Shooting me with the Matrix over there. Okay, that's something. See, there's never a friend close by that I can kill too. But yeah, like I was saying, it's unbelievable to me. Oh, look at that. God's calling me home. But it's unbelievable to me that you have all these people who are just content with struggling or content with settling on, certain things in life. It could be love, it could be job, it could be, your friends, your family. I mean, really, it could be anything. People settle with a lot of stuff. But no, sorry, I had to read something on my cellular device. But see, like, if I'd have had my other gun, that'd have been great. Also, I probably would have died just like that. But it seems everybody is just so fine with accepting the hand that life gives them. Accepting the false reality that our controllers present us. Not realizing that each and every one of us has the kingdom of God within us, and each and every one of us can access that power if we would just make the correct changes and make the correct decisions in order to facilitate growth. Which, of course, in today's world, everybody is hesitant to do something that's uncomfortable, not realizing that discomfort is the stimulant for growth. You can't grow unless you're uncomfortable. That's the same thing I was telling somebody, or a similar thing where you can't start the new chapter of your life if you're still reading the old one. Like, you have to say goodbye to... Get him. Come on, let me get him. I hope I get it. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. But you have to let go of old habits, old tendencies, old cycles that no longer... that no longer facilitate your growth. Or no longer are beneficial to you as a spirit. Each and every one of us has the spirit of the Most High in us. We are all one in reality, but ooh, he said a bad word. But we are all one in reality. You know, this sense of separation is completely false. Nice shot. I'll give you props for that one. That shit was cool. Damn it! Where does he come from? He's using damn LC-10. No wonder he's cooking like he is. What? Where he at though? I guess it don't matter. That was a trash game. But no, we all have the spirit of the Most High running through us. We are all one. We are all unified people. We are all a part of creation. And we are all thinking about why the hell is this so loud? Where's the music? That's really what I care about. That'd be alright. Oh, I like the Terminator one. But people fail to realize that we're all one. We are all a part of creation. We are all a part of the whole. And, you know, as a universal law goes, as above, so below, everything that is outside of us is correlated or intertwined with that inside of us. A great example is if you look at a tree without leaves, it looks a lot like our nervous system that runs through our body. Or, you know, we have certain plants like kidney beans that help our kidneys, or we have certain, you know, there's just certain things that correlate outside of us that shows it shows that we have a grand architect or a what's the word? We have a masterful designer who created this reality that we're all living in. And you know, of course, everybody fights over what's real and what's true and what's false and this, that, and the third. And yet people don't realize that even though there is only one reality, there is infinitely potential ways to view said reality. So you and the person standing right next to you can be looking at the same car, but y'all are both seeing like two exact different things because both of your perspective, along with your environmental, the shaping that the environment you grew up in has warped your perception. Don't realize that that warped perception that you have is only a fraction of the whole picture. That's why I say in reality we're all interconnected and everybody has a certain bit of truth that can help us, but we have to find a strong and reliable basis to where we put that truth. Me personally, I base my truth in Christ. I believe in what Jesus said. I try my best to follow Jesus' teachings. Now, don't worship him. Look at there! Bam, got the double kill. It was a triple kill, but double kill is what I wanted. But you know, so I'm not going, you know, we're not supposed to worship any man. At least I don't believe so. And most people, that's the issue with religion, is that they've got to a point where they worship this individual who pretty clearly says not to worship him, only worship the Father. And if you actually begin to do that, and if you begin to see a new reality unfold before your eyes, a more synchronized reality, but it's just more of a unified reality, I guess would be a good way to say. Look at that, another double kill. What? Because I'm playing on a small ass map. Oh yeah! Gotta love it. Who loves it? Do you love it? I love it. But no, so see, we're all we are all divided. We are all fragments of our true selves. And especially when it comes to our life, how we live life, how we view life, it's of high importance that we have a place to base truth off of. And spiritual truth, or that's just stuff that can be tried time after time after time after time, and it will not fail. And woo! Man, I love that. Look at this shot. Damn, I wish he was still alive. That'd have been another double kill. But and like I will never claim to be religious. I will never claim to be, you know, I'll never be claimed to someone who just has the answer to everything or nothing like that. But I can say I have seen my life before Christ and I've seen my life after Christ, and I have seen a very drastic difference in my reality and my thinking and my perception. I have seen, I've seen things change that I never would have, believed to be a factor in it, because everything that I've done, it's always logic. I have a very mathematical mindset where it's a lot more based on, it's based on logic, it's based on numbers, it's based on science, it's based on physics, it's based on all these different areas that all tie together. Let's see if I can. Oh shit! Oh, look at that. Cool. I saw him last second. But so I look into all these different areas, and I'm not gonna say accept them, but I evaluate them. I weigh them against the truth that I've already begun to explore, and in that, like I say, it's like in Christ I have found something different. I have found hope. I found power. I found that my teammate just shot me. What a biscuit bumper. Shooter! Bow, choke on that, baby! Holster it. But I had a bad kid anyways. But anywho, like I say, I've tried it, and I would never be one to say, just look at one thing and don't tunnel vision. Always be in a student-teacher relationship with reality too, because you can learn from every asset. But that being said, there's power in the name of Jesus. I've seen the difference. I've seen my mentality grow. I've seen my patience grow. I've been able to beat depression, beat anxiety, even the fact that I'm on here talking right now is a huge part of my testimony, because I have actually had extreme anxiety about talking on anything electrical or electronic ever since I was a teenager. That's why if you notice in a lot of videos, I'll pause or I'll hit the or I'll forget, not forget, but I won't be as purposeful with spreading a certain message. So I'll just get into playing the game, and I just won't talk. And I'm working on it. That's the whole thing. That's all we can do is work. Don't try, because trying is failing. But you change. That's the trick. Change. You have to be open to change. If you are open to change, you accept change, you can, in my opinion, you can get anywhere and do anything. you can find the dreams that you have and you can make them come true. And like, I'm not going to front. The only thing that brought me to Christ was I found my soulmate, found the one who I felt would or could complete me or be that other half. That woman who just the it was like the one who you feel could truly understand. And then I lost her because again I had severe anxiety, severe depression, severe insecurity. I was bullied my whole childhood by my stepdad and by all the damn everybody in the hood just because I was the only white boy. So of course, I was public enemy number one, especially to the black community. That's just what they are brainwashed to believe. And even me myself, growing up in that system, I hated country people. I got to a point where if I just a country accent, I was ready to kill somebody. And I'm not meaning that figuratively. It would arise a certain hate in my heart and it just didn't make sense to me. But anywho, I it's like after I lost that one, it pushed me to find Christ, pushed me to find something bigger than myself because I needed help because I couldn't do it no damn more. I truly snapped, and it took a lot to make me snap. I grew up in poverty. Dumpster diving, getting abused mentally or physically by my stepfather, watching him abuse my mother mentally and physically. She definitely got the physical part a lot worse than I did, but mine was just more like smack in the head, verbal abuse, shit love, stuff of that sort. Damn bullet messed me up. I should have got that one. That should have been mine. Houseway. Make it make sense. I can't make it make sense. Okay. But anywho, I'm sorry, this damn freaking flopping, flooping. See, like, how did I not hit her the first time? Well, because I suck. Oh, no. No, Jerry, I'm the one that sucks. Sorry, that was a Rick and Morty reference to those who don't have any culture. But anywho, so, it's like I'm saying, physically, or just, I had and don't get me wrong, I in no sort thought I had a bad childhood. I just thought that's the way it was, and I think that's what every kid believes. Personally, is that as a child, you believe that only your perception is reality in a sort of sense, or like that everybody sees things the way you do, when in reality we all have major differences or minor differences depending on the individual and the situation. But so basically, like I say, I was growing up in this toxic environment where I was having to affiliate with gang related stuff in, first grade, and I was stealing, I think the first time I stole, I was probably, 4 or 5 years old. I got molested around that time too, which led me to being I was overly sexual before the age of, shit. Let me think. 9 is the first time I tried to have sex, if I'm being honest. And I didn't go through with it. Of course, just one thing led to another. God's guidance was always there and always apparent. But, first time I tried, I was 9 years old. The girl was, I think, 12, maybe 13. Definitely older. But, so, I tried that. I was smoking weed at, I think I tried it first time around 10. but I didn't become a pothead until I was, you know, like 14, 15 probably is when I actually became. Hold on, I suck. Do you see that? I missed twice before. It's a good thing they wasn't paying attention. Look at this guy. Man, I just want to pull my damn machine gun out. I'm trying to finish this shit. Damn, that head probably crazy. Yeah, I think I'm about to switch it up. I can't turn it back around. But you know, so like I'm saying. So of course, I got to a point too where, you know what, screw it, might as well. Who cares about a KD? But anywho, so I was involved in this. I was just involved in bad stuff at a young age, and again, like I said, like the big part about all of it was that I never realized the difference in the road that I was on. And due to that, well, that's horrible. But due to that, you know, I was always a glass half full kind of kid, but then overall in time, I realized that, like that guy's arm just said, life sucks. What a mo. That's such a, like, how is that shit fair? And that shit takes no skill, too. That's the thing, man. I can't stand, I don't know. I'm picky when it comes to Call of Duty. I've been playing since Black Ops 1, so actual skill it's so different. But no, it's like, I went through all these things and I tried every method that came to the world. I tried drugs. I mean, not all of them. I mean, but I tried pills. I tried, and I don't know what kind, because I was just taking whatever. I tried weed. I tried cigarettes. I tried vaping. I tried uh shrooms. I've tried. I think that's it. Yeah, I ain't never touched none of the hard stuff or alcohol because I seen what that shit did to people at a young age too. But you know, so I tried all these things, but it was like once I came to Christ and once I started committing to changing the inside, changing my mindset, because that's truly what he was trying to say. You know, I believe that the government, along with just the whole system that we live in, they changed it. They took out any kind of, I mean, of course, the Bible has power, it has spiritual truth, which gives us power. But I don't believe that it's the only spiritual truth. So I look everywhere. You know, like my main Bible I read is the Ethiopian Bible or the King James Version Bible. Ethiopian is the main one that stays open, but I have both for comparison. But I also have a Quran. I also have a 1611 Bible. I have, like, you know, I have a Catholic Bible too. Like I have all these different spiritual documents. That way I can be presented the most information, so that way I can make the most logical and the best decision that I can come up with the information that I have at hand. And I just know, like, there's power in the name of Christ. There truly is. And, you know, there's a big debate that goes on online where it's like, oh, you know, his name wasn't Jesus. The J wasn't even invented until the 1800s. So how would he be named Jesus? And which, I mean, yeah, his actual name was definitely, I think it was Yash, Yeshua? Pretty sure it's Yeshua, actually. Yeah, yeah. Okay, anywho. But I think Most High is beyond smart enough to be able to, damn, what's the word? I think Most High is able to anticipate us changing the language, especially with the whole fact of English, because English is a it's a language that's literally designed to be the furthest away from God's frequency. And that's the thing a lot of people don't realize too. This whole reality that we live in, this whole structure, this whole, world, it's all vibration, it's all frequency, it's all based upon that guy getting shot. But no, it's all based upon, like I say, it's vibration or pace, tempo. It's wow, I didn't see that guy. That's crazy. I knew he was somewhere over there, but what a freaking man. Damn, I can't stand no campers. I gotta be careful. And see, that's another thing too. Like a lot of people, they're like, oh, you accepted Christ, you should be different. You're a hypocrite, and people don't realize that. Yeah, it changes you for sure. Like 110%, it has changed me. It has made me a lot more whole. It's made me a lot more grateful, a lot more happy, a lot more joyful, a lot more peaceful, way, way, way more patient. Like I tell you what, my patience was absolute zero. Especially because like a big thing too with, my upcoming. So first half of my life was 0-12. I lived with my mom, with two siblings, stepdad, you know, ghetto, white trailer park trash kind of thing. I mean, just, or not trailer park trash, but that sort of just ghetto white people. And then, even while we were there, my mom had two other kids besides me. It was me, and then I have a younger sister who's in between, and then I have a brother who's right after her. And well, I know he's mad. He had a machine gun too, and he goofed that. But so I mean, but by the time of 6 years old, I mean, I was watching kids, and it was only two. But then I went to my dad's house at, in the middle of 12. Kind of into my 6th grade year, and it went from just being me and oh, I'm so sorry. But it went from just being us, pretty much us three, because even though my stepdad was there, he was never a part of the. Got him! Kobe. Ugh. Damn, I'm so sorry again. Man, I suck. Well, I don't suck, but I gotta stop saying that. Oh. I might have deserved that. Not too sure. But no, like I'm saying, it was, just. It was just a very different environment. Then I moved to my dad's, and then it was very strict. He was, from a Christian-based type of background. And he himself was not a Christian when I first moved in at all. He didn't believe none of that. I mean, in reality, he was, an ex-drug dealer, someone who's put a bullet in somebody who's been in shootouts, someone who's, he's passed now as of October last year. But, he was not a godly man up until he got very older. Son of a biscuit! You guys are really pushing it. Ah! Oh, where? Nuke. I'm really about to change guns. This shit's darking me. I'm telling you. Like I say, even my patience has gotten better. Boy, it still needs work. I think that's something that always has to be adjusted, changed, grown. Everybody needs damn slotting. It's like everybody learns one trick. It's like, oh yeah, let's all do it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun, they said. I'll have some laughs. Oh wow. But no, like I said, then I moved in with my dad, and it went from me being sorry, message. But look, it's me. See, look at that, all on the kill cam. Get at me. But nah, so it's like, okay, so I went over to father's house, and I didn't get close to him till I was 17, 18. And it was actually Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 that kind of brought us together. But before that, he was a man I never talked to, never really conversated with. He was the typical, he was born in 77, but typical 80s man, no emotion, no weakness, just tough. He worked in construction doing tile, or he made canoes, with big ass ovens and this, that, and the third. But I came over to his house, and it went from me watching my two siblings to eventually me watching four siblings. Because my dad, he has seven kids, including me. There's three of us to begin with. Then there was four for the next set. And there's like, a pretty good age gap in between. Then the oldest of the next four is 18 right now. And the youngest of the first three is 26. So, not a huge gap, but enough to notice. But anyways, so I went to that, and it was like, man, I thought that I was, hey, look at that, I did it. All right, well, that one's out. Which one's that? I think I got that one, bro. But and like even though I can say I tried, but patience is just not something that ever really was my strong suit up until, say, I started changing. I started living for something outside of myself, loving something bigger than myself, acknowledging the higher truth of reality, and that is that there was a man named Jesus Christ who came and who died and who resurrected. And I do believe that the reason why that was just the method of Most High's choice was just because it had to be something that would test the logical, but then also test the spiritual in a way, because of course you got certain individuals who are like, no, God will never come and die and make himself lower than men and be sacrificial and this, that, and the third, especially the Jewish community, not the Gentiles, but the Jewish community, because they're really true to their customs. Come on, come back out. There you go. Reload. But they hold true to these customs, not realizing that it puts a spiritual blindfold over them in a sort of sense, just because they become so used to the tradition that they're reject change. And that's one thing, like I'm trying to say, I seen it last second, but we can't reject change as a people. We have to embrace it. We have to be open to it. We have to shoot the guy who has that effect. No, I think you got him. Nope. You got me. But no, we have to be open to change. And if we're not open to change, then we get stuck in these old habits and these old ruts to where it's like we fall under depression. We fall under anxiety. We fall under these curses of the world, all because we don't want to change. Not really, and we don't realize it. That's the reason why too, because people are so damn caught up in their own world. They're caught up in their own truth of reality that they themselves are blind to what they need. And that's how it has been, at least for my journey. It's like as if, like, there's something wrong, but you don't know what's wrong. But that something's not off. You're not happy, or you're not at peace, or maybe you're like me to where you truly are broken, or you're done. Like capital DONE. Because me, like I say, if I didn't turn to Christ when I did, yeah, I was blowing my brains out. That shit, that was 110%. Also, excuse my language, I'm working on it. But that was that was it. It was the final straw. Because one thing with me and this walk that I've been going through is that I have never really wanted, I really wanted much. Like outside of a soulmate, that is the only thing that my soul has ever truly craved. So after I lost the one that I thought was supposed to be it, which I still believe it is, and I do believe it's about to happen again, or we're about to be brought back together. But, which of course I will definitely keep y'all updated. Ooh, shooter! It don't matter, you killed me, I still got a headshot on your boy. I can't stand that dude, just because I know it's the same guy killing me. But, so like I say, after I lost that, I lost myself, or it was the final straw of losing myself. It's losing yourself is never just a one-time thing. It slowly happens throughout time to the point to where you don't recognize the person you have become in the mirror. Which I think personally is natural. I think everybody goes through it. I think that every person gets to a point to where they're presented with a choice in an uncomfortable situation. So they have to make the choice a lot faster than they'd prefer. And then, because how humans are designed, our ego is now tied to the choice. So we believe that we are now this choice that we made, or we are this belief that we carry, not realizing that in reality, excuse me, look at that, that was a close game. But we're not realizing that in reality, all we are is the observer. All we are the eternal presence that is behind our thoughts, that is behind our beliefs and our ego and our job and our, the character that we're playing. Which, if anybody looks into psychology, Carl Jung points out it's a very interesting, it's just categorizing the character of people. I think there's 12 of them, not including the hero character, which is the 13th, which is who Jesus is. But so everybody's playing these characters. That's why stereotypes work so well. That's why you can figure out people based off certain assumptions if you know what to look for. But once we stop playing the character, what do we have? It's just something to think on. It like once you're not playing this role, not making the decisions you're making, like who are you? What do you believe? What do you stand for? And most people don't stand for nothing nowadays. Most people are shallow, empty, just vessels going through the motion. And now they don't realize that just a small change. And I mean, I ain't saying doing nothing crazy, not at first. But I mean, you've been wanting to work out, start working out. That right there is actually people don't realize it's a huge thing that'll help with your mental health. Us as humans, we're supposed to be creators. We're supposed to be productive. We are supposed to be designers. We are supposed to be creating things and continuing forward this reality and improving upon it before we leave it. But we also need to learn whatever it is that we need to learn in order to escape it. Because if you don't escape it, in my personal opinion, you're going to be thrown right back into it to go through it again. So that way the rulers of our reality, and not the rulers in the sense of, the Most High God, but the rulers in the sense of the lowercase g gods, who's kind of at play. but they are. I mean, they're pretty much stealing our energy, stealing our power. We're stealing our, I mean, and I can say everything. Everything comes to energy. That's why, I mean, a big thing. Look at sports. Look at stadiums. Look at the fact that they're built like a bowl, that they look like an eye from above, that they are funneling this energy that people are putting out for this sports team that ultimately doesn't matter. But again, that's just another thing to tie to the ego. Because you ask somebody, hey, what's your interest? I like football. I am okay. So I'm gonna say an example is my dad's team. That was a Giants fan. So I mean, obviously he wasn't like a diehard fan like some of these people out there, but he was still a Giants fan. So if you asked him, who are you? They're, oh, I'm a construction worker. I'm a New York Giants fan. I'm a father. I'm a, you know, boyfriend. I'm a wife. Whatever the case may be. You're identifying with these things, not realizing that you identifying with this character is stopping you from growing into the character that you're supposed to be. It is stopping you from seeing your full potential because you have got comfortable with where you are. And it's unbelievable what people can get used to, because people can get used to anything. Like I say, my mom, she was in an abusive relationship. She was used to it, so she could sit there and she dealt with it. She put up with it for a long time. Because the kids, or just because maybe she was scared to try change or whatever the case may be. And that's usually how it goes for most people. It gets to a point to where the reality of the situation is so bad that eventually you snap and you have to change. And that's you'll usually, either you come out better, you come out worse. And it's my personal opinion that unless you go through the guidance of Christ, unless you follow Christ, you you only can get worse. Like you might be able to make little minor nudges in the right direction, but you're not going to change fully. You're not going to be able to beat depression. You're not going to be able to beat anxiety. You're not going to be able to beat your insecurities. Uh, I mean, dude, I mean, you name it. And then, you got people like, oh, you just go to therapy. That shit don't work. All the therapists, they don't even know what they're doing. They themselves are broken. I am a construction worker. I have worked in these therapy places. And, again, I understand the hypocritical was not saying I'm a construction worker, which is not something I truly identify with, but it's something that I'm currently still doing to make money, to pay the bills until God helps me provide in other ways. Damn, I got a freaking stink bug in my plant. Get out of here, dude. But, you know, I I'm working in construction currently, and we do work on these therapy offices and whatnot, and most of them, I mean, multiple divorces, stressed, empty. I mean, you name it, they got it. And yet you go to these people for advice. Like it doesn't logically make sense. Yet everybody does it. Why? Because they went to school and got a piece of paper. What kind of stupid thinking is that? Like, you shouldn't take advice from people unless they are in a place or in a position that you want to be, or they have attributes that you deem acceptable. But I mean, really, my whole message or my whole the fan base that I will be drawn to will definitely be, certain things like, the fact that I do have ADHD, so that's why. If you notice, I'm a little bit sped up. That's crazy. Oh no, they're not upset at all because they're not playing. Oh, that door's not open. Huh? The hell are they then? But my message, I mean, it's literally for those who are broken, those who are truly tired with the shape of their reality, and that they want change. I'm more than happy to answer questions. I'm more than happy to give time, give energy. I mean, whatever the case may be, I will give it because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help push our current reality into a state of unity or love or, I mean, really just something different. There's something very obviously broken with how we're living right now. Damn it. It's weird talking this much, but damn throat's starting to hurt. I'm not a very talkative. Well, I am a very talkative person, but I'm not talkative unless I am comfortable. So it's rare that I actually do talk, especially a lot. But anywho, so that's why I say like, oh, I mean, if you don't believe me, I really don't care if you believe me. Keep it a buck. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what your opinion is about me or about my beliefs or about my theories. I don't care. But to those of you who want to change or to want to have a sound mind or have a heart that's at peace or I mean of anything that consists with peace or love or anything like that, those would be the ones who truly will find me and listen to me, I believe. See that? No one even paying attention. This dude was about to go up there and just bend us over and give it to us raw. Mm-hmm. But, and that's one thing, like, you can't force change. I know that. I know he's upset. I know I'm upset. But I know you can't force change. You can't force people to see things through your point of view. That's impossible. But you can tell the truth. And you can be persuasive, but also confident enough in what you say to the point where people have to take heed to what you say. Like, again, don't care, don't believe me. But if you're really tired of being broken, you're really tired of being tired. And I don't mean tired like I need to sleep, like tired like I can't do this shit no more. Tired of like you don't want to be here anymore. Tired like you're done playing the game of life. Like I said, that's who I am. I'm a man of constant sorrows, and I am tired, nonstop, every day. There's certain beauty in this world that does make it worthwhile. And then I know once I am blessed with my family, that will also change and to just make it a little better. But like, still, ha ha, like I know that what I'm following or what I'm pursuing is different than anything I've ever seen. And I'm a very observant person. That's my superpower is observation, being able to pay attention. Most can't do it, won't do it. But I look at everything. I study a lot. I pay attention to the small things that, not everybody's going to pay attention to. Through that power of observation, I have been able to gain an edge over, over most of the population. But again, it's one of those things to where ha ha ha! Barely mistaken him. That's crazy. That's not the bad thing. My eyes have gotten a little weary since I've gotten older, so I can't really see as well as I used to. I'm so glad I made that shot. Like, shush. Man, fired. That's a good idea. That'd been cool if mine hit. But, so like I was saying, it's one of those things where I'm not going to sit there and try to persuade you that what I believe is true. Because, like, so here's a good analogy. It's that, you never see a bee wasting energy trying to tell a fly that honey tastes better than shit. And or the same thing is like you never see a lion trying to worry about the opinion of a gazelle. It's it's one of those things to where there is no way I can make people really believe me, but I can tell the truth. And those who truly want change will dig and they will find the truth, and then they will see that what I say has weight. And then once they see that what I say has weight, they will begin to, I don't want to say follow me because that just that seems very, I don't know, very, oh, another damn word. Condescending, maybe? No. Hmm. But it seems very boastful, very, just cocky or, sort of sense. But those who trust or those who do the research and, just dig a little deeper to what I say, you'll find the truth. And once you find the truth, I promise you, you'll never want to go back. Yeah, I think I'm done playing the game. But just consider what I said, or something that I've said, or comment, ask me questions. I actually think personally I work better in that sort of sense to where I can work back and forth with people. I can have a better starting point, so that way I can really help figure out the problem they could be facing in that current moment. Like I say, change is the key. Like a piano, there's multiple keys when it comes to this life. I believe that Christ is one of them. I believe change is one of them. I believe consistency and effort is one of them. I believe truth is a very big one. And I mean, not my truth, that whole stupid thing that's come into reality in the last, 5, 10 years. I mean, truth that can be tried in all perspectives and still come out on top. That's the truth that people need to hold on to. And then faith. Faith is another key. That's a really big one. And that right there, that's where that's where you find God. It's through faith. Through stepping out into the ocean and not sinking. Through going out your door and hoping for a better tomorrow in a way, but it's just more of, you have to change the way you think so that way you can see the better tomorrow, because there's always something to be grateful for if you know what to look for. But your mind is the issue. The way you think is the issue. The way you see reality is, it's fractured. It's divided. You're missing pieces. And I think that's why us as people, we need to get together, we need to talk, we need to figure out what it is that what truth holds us all together. What truth can be tried upon multiple people and be successful. Anyways, thank you for your time. Peace be upon you. I love you. And I truly hope that I said something that can make a difference. Peace!